Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hoping all is well with you. It is your boy, Charles. Y'all know when I'm on the mic, I'm just a young man telling his story. I hope that your family is doing well. I hope that your friends are doing well. And I hope that you yourself are well. This is the last night of the 3-part series entitled Getting It Right and Getting It Together. Y'all come on in, join the live. Let's do this. I promise you I'm not going to be before you long. But before I start, just a couple of announcements that I need to make. Tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be joining my friend Justin Wade on his Facebook Live. And then he will be doing a series for Livingstone College students. Livingstone College students, I need you to go out and support this brother. Go out, get on the Zoom that he is having tomorrow at 7 p.m. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be impactful. It's going to be life-changing. So join that. And then, as you can see, I have on my Coming Calls t-shirt tonight. I was honored to be a fellow for Coming Calls for Livingstone College. Students, I need y'all to understand this tonight. You need to be registered. You need to be registered. You need to be registered to vote. You need to be registered to vote. It is important. It has significance. If you are out protesting, putting your fist up, saying Black Lives Matter, if you're doing any of that, I need you to get on the internet. I need you to find somewhere that you can register to vote. I need you to register to vote. I need you to vote, not just for the president, but for your local officials. Your local and state officials have more importance than sometimes the national government. Understand this. I need you to get out of your bed. I need you to get out of the Netflix. I need you to get out the Xbox and the PS4. I need you to go register to vote. I need you to go vote in November. Anytime there's an election, I need you to go vote. Justin, how you doing? So if you out protesting, throwing your fist up, I need you to be registered to vote. Shout out to Coming Calls for letting me be a fellow last year. It is important that you go vote in this season. Don't be talking about no Black Lives Matter, but you don't take yourself to the polls to go vote. Don't do it. I don't even do it. Get your family, your friends, everybody that ain't registered, get them registered to vote. So tonight, like I said, it is the last night of the Getting It Right and Getting It Together series. What's up, Brother Wade? How you doing? I'm excited about your event tomorrow. Livingstone College students, I need y'all to join this brother. And I'm going to say it again. It's going to be impactful, life-changing, and you're going to be well-educated. I promise you that. But it is the last night of Getting It Right and Getting It Together. I'm so excited about this night. This is the night that I move the podium out the way, because I don't even need it. I don't even need the iPad, really. I don't need the notes. But we're going to be talking about your rear end. It all works. And I know some people are going to say, your rear end. Why are you talking about your rear end? But let me ask you a question, though. Have you ever been rear-ended, or do you know somebody that's got rear-ended? Have you, ladies, for my ladies, I know this is going to be a topic that y'all understand. When guys is looking at your backside, Let's just keep it real, fellas. We do it. Ladies, y'all do it too. The rear end has a lot of significance. It has a lot of importance. It's the back part of something. It's really two key questions that I have to ask tonight. Two important questions. Whose rear end are we talking about? And what is the purpose of the rear end? So whose rear end are we talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to answer the question. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about your life journeys that you've been through. If you understand, the first night we talked about your mind, how important it is to have your mind in a right state. Even when you have negative thoughts, you got to sometimes have your mind in the right state to get through those negative thoughts. So, and what's crazy is when we talk about the rear end, all this stuff follows. All these situations follows. When your mind is not right, all the negativity, all the rough times, it comes with it. You have to understand whatever your mindset is, whatever your heart, whatever flowing to your heart, it all flows around you. The negativity is going to be around you. It's going to be around you. How you doing? How y'all doing tonight? If you have negative thoughts, if you're going through a rough time, let me tell you, you're going to have some rough situations just surrounding you. It's just part of the situation, and it all works, but it all works. It has significance. I promise you, your negative thoughts and your rough thoughts have significance. I got to talk about the rough. I got to talk about the bad before I talk about the good. Because see, everybody want to talk about how they overcome, but they don't never want to talk about the struggle. If they're in a struggle path, how you going to talk about how you living in a big house, got a nice car, and they still living in the hood, in the ghetto, and they trying to get through? You can't just tell them I made it over. Sometimes you got to talk about your struggle. Leave them alone. So when we're talking about this rear end, I'm not talking about you getting rear-ended in a car. I'm not talking about ladies. I'm not talking about when the fellas is looking at your backside. Fellas, I ain't talking about when the ladies is looking at our backside. I ain't talking about that tonight. I'm talking about the rear end of your life. And let me just explain to you that some of your rough times and negative problems that you have come from other people. If you look at the baton that you carry, it's got some dents in it, it got some patches in it, it got some holes in it, and you didn't even put it there. And now folks is looking at you crazy, talking about why you trying to clean some stuff up, because y'all didn't have the ability, nor the mindset, nor the strength to clean it up, because you just threw in your towel. And now you looking at me crazy because I'm trying to go to college. You looking at me crazy because I'm trying to get a better job. You looking at me crazy, but you still sitting in the same situation. We have to talk about our struggle before we talk about how we overcome. People don't want to be real about their struggle. Be real about your struggle. If you struggling, just be real about it. It's okay, because when you're honest about your struggle, people will be willing to listen, and guess what? The people that really care about you will listen, and they're going to make sure that you make it over. They're going to hold your hand and lead you along, but you got to play a part. College students, I really need y'all to understand this, that you're going to have some rough times, and you're going to have some negative mind. You're going to have a negative mindset. But I beg and plead to you, do not give up. Do not throw in the towel. Do not drop out. Don't lose your mind. Don't do it. Don't do it. Have the meaningful mindset to understand that there are folks in your corner fighting for you even when you can't fight for yourself. The old folks would say, I'm in a praying closet. See, if you got a good grandma, a good old auntie, one of them good old church members that wear them old good church hat, let me tell you what they doing when you can't do nothing else. They praying for you when you couldn't even pray for yourself. While you out clubbing and partying and having a good time, they in the prayer closet hoping that you make it through. have to understand this. That's why it's good having meaningful-minded people. Then you got to have your intentional-minded people. The people that have a plan. Get you, before you leave to go off to college, get you some folks that's going to look at your plan and help you through your plan. Then when you get to your campus, get you some folks that's going to look at your plan and help you through your plan. Just don't go hanging out at the kickback spot. Please don't, because that's not going to get you to your plan. You got to be intentional. Get you some intentional-minded people. We already know we're going to have the negative mindedness. We got all this. You got the meaningful, you got the intentional, but then you got your negative. See, that's the negative. The negative kills the meaningful, intentional, and the determined mindset. That's why I gotta talk about the struggle. If I don't talk about the hell that I've been through, how am I going to help another young male? How am I going to help another young sister? Oh, well, I done made it here. I got here. I'm good. No, let me tell you how I went through some hell before I made it. Before I was in a textbook, I was in the, okay, we ain't going. Before I was in a textbook in a library, I was in the club. I was at the bar. I was kicking back. Spades every night after work. I'm just talking about me. I gotta talk about my struggle. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm just gonna talk about me. But everything that I faced, everything that I went through was for that better my mindset. That's why it's important to get you some determined people, because determined-minded people, if you understand that most determined-minded people are there to build a bridge, because determined-minded people, they ain't gonna burn the bridge down. They're not gonna burn a bridge down. Because the whole point of being determined is for you to make it over. See, that's why you got to talk about your struggle. Because when you talk about your struggle, it helps somebody else build their bridge. So then when they make it over, now they can pull somebody else with them. That's why you got to understand determined-mindedness is an important aspect. It's an important mindset, because how you gonna burn a bridge down, get all these awards, and why you think ain't nobody talking about you? Why ain't nobody recognizing you? Educators, you want to know why ain't none of your students have come back to visit you? Maybe, just maybe, if you didn't burn the bridge down so quick with all your students, thinking all your awards and plaques was good enough, maybe they would have showed up. I'm just going to give you some help, helping you in your classroom. So the second piece of this, whose rear end am I talking about? I'm talking about your life's ups and downs. Your life's ups and downs. And that's why it's important to understand when your mind is right, your heart will be right. I'm not telling you, let me make this clear. I am not telling you that you're not gonna have problems. Let me make that clear. I am not saying that you are not going to have problems. Matter of fact, if I was to be real with you, when you get your mind and your heart right, more problems will come. See, for my faithful people, they will understand that. For my faithful people, Justin, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So now when your mind get right, your heart get right. So no matter how life may come, how much life might rock the boat, your heart stays stable. It's important for your heart to stay stable. It's important for because guess what? One thing that kills most people is heart disease. Go look it up. Because guess what? We have an unhealthy heart because we're stressing ourselves out. We're going through stuff. We're seeing all these negative thoughts. We're going through all these rough times and we're just trying to figure out how in the world am I going to make it through? And now my stress level is high and my heart is beating fast. But understand, you got to have happiness through hell. You got to find some happiness through hell. You got to understand this. You got to have happiness through hell. You have to understand your energy has to look like your walk. Even when you're going through hell, even have the energy of a smile. Because even if you down, have a smile. But don't fake the phone. Tell people you struggling. See, because we can fake a smile, but then not tell nobody we struggling. But then when you leave, they call you fake and phony because they know you struggling. See, I can smile now because at one point in time in my life, I could smile and I was faking the phone. But now I can smile and let people know, look, I'm struggling today, but I'm still smiling. This ain't my day, but I'm still gonna smile. Yes, I'm going through some hell, but I'm still gonna smile. Even though I know my life has some rocky times, I even know that it don't look like that I'm going to make it, that I really want to give up, I can still smile. Because when you tell folks your struggle, you don't know who's going to help you. You don't know who's going to serve you to help you. You don't know your ups and downs. Hold yourself accountable to your standards and values. Because your rear end, when you understand your standards and values and you stand on them firm, you don't have to worry about who's trying to pull you back, who's bumping you in the back, who's pushing you in the back, because you can stand firm on your values and standards. You can stand firm on them. Stand firm on them. The old folks would say, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. Stand on it. College students, stand on what you believe in. If your parents have taught you good morals and values, take that to school with you. Take that to school with you. Don't change, don't fake the funk just because you're around some college students. Hold on to your standards and values. Hold on to them. Here's the second question. I told you I wasn't going to be long. What happens when it all comes together? What happens when your mind and your heart gets right? You can unlock whatever purpose and gift that God has given to you. Because the purpose and gift was not given to you by any man, any woman, any teacher, any mentor, any coach. Your purpose and gift is only given by God himself. It is promised. So your purpose and gift is promised. But if your mind ain't right and your heart ain't right, how you going to unlock your purpose and gift? Get it right. Greatness was placed in you way before you was in your mother's womb. And I know that people are going to backstab you. I know people are going to walk out your life. I know that it's people that really don't believe in your dream. I know that you don't even believe in yourself. But all I'm asking you on these 3 nights, if you don't get nothing else, believe in you, because there is a good gift. There is a purpose placed in you that cannot be taken, that cannot be stolen, that cannot be controlled. It can only be controlled by God himself and you. But you have to understand that your mind and your heart has to be right. And so let me go back to 7th grade, because I now have to take you back to 7th grade. Because all throughout 7th grade, really it got rough, really more so in high school. I'll take you to high school. And I really didn't understand why I was going through so much hate. But what I didn't realize was it was molding me, even though I had a negative mindset, and even though I was going through rough paths, and even though I wasn't willing to tell anybody, even though I still was smiling, so I was faking a smile to everybody. I knew that it was going to build me. I knew that it was going to help me. I knew that it was going to mold me into everything that I needed to be. So I had to carry on. I had to push forward. And so when my negative mindset changed, and I'm not saying I don't have negative thoughts. I have negative thoughts. I'm not saying I don't go through rough times. I go through rough times. I ain't got it all together, and ain't nobody ever gonna have it all together. It's just one man that had it all together, and they killed him. So, but once I got my mind and my heart right, I knew I could do anything. Young people, college students, if your mind and heart is right, you can do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. If you set your mind to it and if you put your heart in it, I promise you, you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. And go do it. The world is yours if you really want it. The world is yours if you really want it. If I knew that at 18 and didn't realize that when I turned 23, 24, my life would be a lot different. Please don't take your life for granted. Don't take it for a joke, because you have the opportunity to change a whole generation. You might be the one, but you got to hold on and keep the faith. You got to have a right mindset. You got to have a right heart. And you have to understand that even though there are things that happen in your rear end, there are things that's going to continue to happen in your rear end. You just got to keep pushing forward. You just got to keep marching forward. You got to hold on and keep the faith. My mama would tell me, boy, you got to hold on and keep the faith. Boy, you got to just hold on and hold out. Young people, when you go to college, to my college students, when you're going through the struggle, all I'm asking you to do is hold on and keep the faith. When it feels like you're not going to pass the test, you're not going to pass the class, you're not going to get through this week, hold on and keep the faith. Because every step has a purpose. Every step, every moment, every situation, good or bad, it has a purpose. That's why when your mind is right and your heart is right, even when you're going through hell, you can know it has purpose. When your mind is right and your heart is right, even when your ups is great, you can still understand it still has a purpose. How the old folks would say is some days is up and some days are down, almost level to the ground. You got to understand that every day that's up, every day that's down, it has to stay level because it has purpose. It has purpose. So you're something to think about. Goes back to the beginning of the series. If your mind is right and your heart is right, your rear end will follow. It all works. If your mind is right and your heart is right, your rear end will follow. Thank you so much for these 3 nights. Thank you for joining me. Just a few more announcements. Just a reminder, I will be on Justin's Wade Facebook Live at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. And then Livingstone College students, I need y'all to join this brother's Zoom call, Justin Wade. He is going to educate us, inspire us, and help us walk in faith and hopefully help inspire somebody to change their life and just go the other way. So we're excited for him, Justin. I'm excited for you. Thank you for the invitation to your Facebook Live tomorrow. I'm excited. So I will be there tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time at Justin Wade Facebook Live. Also tonight I will be doing another video. It's just going to be an announcement video of things that's coming up and things that's going to be going on in my little world of motivational speaking and young man telling his story. So just be on the lookout for that. So that is all that I have. I'm finished. I'm through. I'm about to go eat dinner. I don't know what I'm eating for dinner, but I'm about to go eat me a good meal and cook me a good meal, probably a good healthy meal. But y'all know who it is. It's your boy Charles. But when I'm on the mic, I'm just a young man telling this story. I'm signing off. Y'all be blessed. I'm out. When I'm finishing a series, it don't take me that long.